Hi everybody, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so excited to have you with me. I am going to be using a stamp set called Delivering Cheer, and I have been blogging with this set for an entire week. I've had the best time blogging with it, and I hope that you will check out my blog. I will post the link in the description below. Please check it out and see what else you can find. There's inspiration every single day. I do blog 7 days a week, so I do appreciate you checking it out. It's also where my online store is, and you can purchase any of the products that you see here today. If you do not have a demonstrator, please leave me a comment below. I would be happy to send you some catalogs where you can get some inspiration in your hands immediately. Thank you again, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. You can see I have a ton of products here, but this is the card that we are going to be making today. Isn't it adorable? I absolutely love it, and you are going to love it too. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We're actually going to use it first and get it out of the way. And so I'm going to clear some of this stuff out of the way temporarily for us to use that big guy. And let's go ahead and get that started. All right. These markers probably are going to be in the way, so I'm going to just slide them down so that I can fit this little guy in here. We're going to be using an embossing plate, which is called Wintry 3D, and it is a great little plate. You're going to love it. And here's the baby machine. I love this one. It's so cute. So we're going to use plate 1 and plate 4, and we're going to sandwich our circle, which is from our layering circles. It is the largest one right here that is not scalloped, and I've cut it out of basic white cardstock. And we're going to attach it onto the Wintry 3D, the pine bough. There's two of them in here. You have the snowflakes and the pine bough. We're going to use the pine bough this time. Since our girl is carrying the pine tree, we're going to go ahead and use the pine bough. So let's go ahead and put plate number 1, our little sandwich, and plate number 4, and slip that into the machine, and go ahead and crank that through. Here we go. Put my hand up here. Makes it a lot easier. And you can put that pressure on there. And then I'm going to put this down on our desk and move this little guy out of the way. And I will show you what we have. Here is our beautiful pine needles on that circle. So this is a really awesome little set of embossing folders. Like I said, you get 2 of them in the package, which is always nice, right? All right, let's get this little guy out of the way, and we will start on our card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to blend it with some ink. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper here, and we're going to grab our Pool Party, which is the color that I have used. I like it because it's a subtle color, but yeah, it will show. I'm just going to wipe off a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to deposit that on top of the boughs themselves. I want that white to show, so I'm just coloring the edges and the pine boughs there. All right, pretty quick. All right, so let's move our scrap paper out of the way, and our blending pen, blending brush, we're done with it. All right, so now on this piece here, we're gonna do a little stamping. We are going to stamp with our polished pink, and we're gonna stamp the words sending love and Christmas cheer. I'm gonna stamp it on this side here. I'm gonna bring it down so I can see what I'm doing, and hopefully not stick my head in the camera. And we will Stamp that right there. Sending love and Christmas cheer. And we are going to use this punch right here because to me, it kind of looks like these pieces that are in the background. They have kind of like a point to them. And I thought that it would match rather nice. So we're gonna stick our punch in there, just like that. And when I have it exactly lined up, there we go. So that part's done. All right. Now on the inside of our card, we're also gonna do a sentiment. So I'm gonna move this to the side here. And on the inside of our card, we're gonna do a sentiment also in polished pink. So let's go ahead and stamp it. We're gonna put it right here. Whoops, I have a bunny fuzz because my daughter has a bunny and he hangs out with me a lot out here. So we're gonna stamp that there in the middle. And that is it for our pink. Let's go ahead and clean those two stamps. And we will move them out of camera. All right. Now I've cut a small piece of this really pretty background paper. And we're gonna go ahead and glue that right here on this edge. And it's gonna have a border on this one side. So I'm gonna grab my silicone mat just in case I go out of camera. I mean, not out of camera, out of the lines. Oh my goodness, my brain is thinking, don't go out of camera. And I just like said it. Oh boy. All right, so here is our little strip. And like I said, we're gonna try and put the same distance on the 3 sides there so that it's even, just like that. Isn't that pretty? I think so. I'm gonna grab a little eraser here. I have a little smudge of, I think, adhesive on there. All right, so there is that. Let's go ahead and fold our piece of mint macaron cardstock in half. We're going to use our bone folder to help us. So we're going to match our 2 corners, and then we're going to grab our bone folder, and we're going to press down just like so. And that is what forms our card. So this guy is going to go on the inside. We're going to use our seal adhesive. And go ahead and attach him to the inside of our card. So that part is finished. Now let's work on the outside. We have a piece of Just Jade cardstock and then this really beautiful pattern. And we're going to go ahead and attach those 2 pieces together also with the seal adhesive. You can see how beautiful. Oh, I'm out of seal, so let's go ahead and replace it. It inevitably always happens while I'm on camera, but I usually keep a refill around for that very reason. And of course today, I don't know where it is. I just opened my drawer and I don't see it. Let me see, I think I might have moved it on this little side table here. Okay, so the seal adhesive comes in this little wrapper. You just undo that and pop it out of here. And that's not it either. Oh my goodness, it's just one of those days. I don't have very much more to do with this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Seal Plus just to get this layer on because I am so sorry, guys. This is a little bit crazy, but we're gonna roll with it, right? Everybody makes mistakes, including me. So let's go ahead and attach it. It just has a very small border of that Just Jade sticking out there. So that's for that. Now we have 2 pieces of our ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do. We're going to wrap the first piece around and around the other side. I'm going to use some mini glue dots to attach that to my card. So let's go ahead and figure out where it's going to go. That looks good to me right there, about that far. And we're going to flip the card over, kind of holding it in place. And then we will use our Take Your Pick tool. I like to use the pointy end. And we're going to stick one and then one right next to it. And I have shifted my card because it's just one of those days. But I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and then I'm just going to flip the card over and check it that it is straight the rest of the way. All right, now it will be straight. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and grab a couple more of these guys. There's another one. We're going to attach it right here. Well, if I can get it to stick. We're going to do one more. And then I'm going to go ahead and tear this off there so that it's ready for the next time I need to use it. So there is, and I'm going to go ahead and peel that back onto this and flip that over. So there is my ribbon piece. It's looking good so far. What do you guys think? I think so. We can go ahead and attach that now that I've tucked those ribbons around the outside. We can go ahead and attach it onto the card. I'm going to use our liquid adhesive here to really get a nice bond so that those ribbon pieces do not come up. And here's our card. And I'm going to make sure that I have approximately the same amount all the way around my card. Looks pretty good to me. All right, onward and upward. We have our little circle right here, right? So let's go ahead and attach it down while we're here. We might as well do all this stuff. So let's grab my Stampin' Dimensionals, and 3 or 4 of these should be good. Maybe 5, we're gonna put one in the middle. All right, and I'm gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool again, and we're gonna pull these backs off. I like using it because it helps pull the backs off really easy. And let's see, how do we wanna lay this bow? Maybe like this. That looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? Yeah, a little bit maybe that way. All right, before I stick it down too far on this side, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of our words here. And we're going to attach that onto the card. And then we're just going to be left with our bow and our main focal point. We are working our way through pretty good. I am going to trim a little bit off of here because it is just slightly too long. But like I said before, I want that kind of tucked under there. So I'm going to make sure that it does not peek out beyond that. And then we're going to go ahead and attach that down, and then you can push this. So there, that's what we have so far. So far, so good. You with me, guys? All right. So next step, let's move this stuff out of the camera. So now we're going to go ahead and start on our girl. So I'm going to bring the blends back up in here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how I'm going to do this. Now, here is my piece of basic white cardstock that I'm going to use. I want her boots to be green. And I want the tree for the outlines, all these little lines on the tree. I'll show you on the stamp set, it's a little easier to see. I want those to be green, but I want her hands to be black. So we're gonna work a little bit with it. So we're gonna ink up the tree first, and we're just gonna get most of that tree. I'm actually gonna do it this way. because I can see just a little bit better. There we go. Just like that. All right, and then we're going to use our black Stampin' Up marker. And we are going to marker the rest of our little girl. Her arms that come down here, the stem of the tree trunk, her arm on this side here, and any things that she has here with the black. And I'm also going to use my Mossy Meadow green Stampin' Up marker, which is the same color as the ink. And in case any of these pieces, which I did miss some, see down here, I'm going to go ahead and fill those in with the Mossy Meadow. And I'm actually going to go ahead and darken my tree with it. Looks pretty good to me, guys. What do you guys think? Make sure that her sleeves are still nice and dark coming down here, and that the tree is good. All right, so that's ready. Now for her boots, we're going to go ahead and we can see right through the stamp, so we're just going to put ink where her boots are. And since I can see through, I'm going to go ahead and stamp her down onto my piece like so. And then I'm going to clean the stamp. And then I'm going to ink it in the black, but I'm going to make sure that when I ink it with the black ink pad that I miss the boots. So let's move that out of the way. And we're just going to ink the top part of her like so. And I love that about the clear stamps because we can line this stuff right up. So I'm just going to match the boots up, and we will place her down like so. And then the rest of her is black and her boots are green. All right, so let's go ahead and put the Christmas tree on there. Because we applied the color, I'm going to go ahead and huff on it. What that means is just open my mouth and blow some air onto it to kind of moisten it like that. And you can see down here there's like a triangular piece, and it fits just perfectly in place like so. And we're going to go ahead and press that down real good. And there is her arms and the rest of her. Let's clean our stamps. And then I am just going to fill in, I have a fuzzy, I'm just going to fill in with my Stampin' Up marker a little bit of black where I want it. I don't need any more of this green marker, but I do need my black one. I missed this one spot here of her sleeve, and that's it. The rest of her looks pretty good, I think. I love having this marker because if you ever mess up on a lined stamp such as this one, you can just bring it like so and match up your pieces. So there is our girl with her green tree, her green boots. I think she's super cute. What do you guys think of her? I think she turned out really well, and I'm quite pleased. All right, let's go ahead and move along onto our coloring. Let's start with her legs. I'm going to bring my finished card in here so you guys can watch as I recreate. We're going to put a little bit of pink tone onto her legs here. I just want her to have a little bit of more color than what is there. And so we're going to go ahead and color over that pink and blend the two colors together to get kind of like a rosiness, because if her legs were exposed in a winter time, they would be a little bit rosy, I would think. Now the stamp set does have a stamp that you can give her leggings, and if you stamp that over the top of her legs, she has some really cute leggings or leg warmers. So that's it for these colors. I just realized that I missed a part of the tree up here, the stem of the tree. I'm gonna fill that in. All right. So now let's go ahead and do that trunk of the tree. Just like that. All right, so there's the trunk of the tree. She's holding on to that. And the cuffs of her sweater that she's wearing are showing underneath her coat, and it is pink. So we will add a little pink. All right. Her jacket, or her coat, is pale or light pool party. So I'm gonna go over it just twice, and then I'm gonna do her sleeves. Do the other one. I think she turned out rather well. And then we're gonna go back over it with the bullet tip, not the brush tip, of Dark Pool Party. And I'm gonna pull some dark colors here, just like this. Just kind of putting some shadow where I think it would go, and I want to darken around those buttons. So there is her jacket. I think she looks very cute. And then we are going to go ahead and color her mittens, and I think I was going to go the same color as her boots, but I think this time I'm going to use this Just Jade, which is the dark Just Jade color, and I think I'm going to like this color a little better. Yeah, that looks a little better to me. All right, so now let's start with the tree. We're gonna start with the lightest color, and we're gonna work our way up. And that's how I got all those different colors in the tree. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna deposit some mint macaron, and this is light mint macaron. And I'm just gonna deposit it all over. And then I'm going to take the next color, which is our light jade. I'm going to use also the bullet tip. I'm going to add some color there, like that. Let's go another shade darker. We're going to go with light evening evergreen. And I'm just basically doing brush strokes, kind of following what the artist did here and filling in, just making, I really want the tree to be nice and full. And then we're gonna move on to dark Just Jade, which is gonna add a little bit of that brighter green. And this time I am more coloring than doing lines. I'm just filling in because I want to add a little bit of a brightness in there. And then I'm going to use an even brighter color, which is dark shaded spruce. And this time I'm just going to draw lines again, just like that. And I really love having all these different colors on here because to me, it really gives it nice depth. And I'm going to come back in with my Dark Pool Party. And I am going to add a little bit more on this jacket of hers. This coat here, I just want it to be a little bit darker. That looks good to me. All right, so there is our cute little girl. Let's go ahead and fussy cut her out. And we're gonna go around and just follow around that tree, kind of where you scribbled your lines and where the artist drew the tree pieces. I think by using that green on the tree instead of the black, it just helps the tree not be quite as stark, and helps her jacket really pop. I mean, the tree pops with all the beautiful green colors, but her jacket really stands out nicely because the tree is green and not black. And then her boots can shine at the bottom. All right, there she is. Not too hard, didn't take too long to cut her out, right? So we're gonna go ahead and attach her here. So I'm gonna show you how I'm doing this. I'm gonna attach, I'm gonna grab another pack of Stampin' Dimensionals here, because I go through the dimensionals, I'll tell you that. But I love them. And probably my favorite adhesive besides the wet adhesive. I really love that as well. But let me grab a sheet here. And we're gonna put 2 dimensionals near, actually I'm gonna use a small one there, but I'm gonna go 1 there, 1 there. I'm gonna go kind of in a straight line with these larger ones. About there. That's 4 of them. Let's try and space them a little better. Okay, and then we're gonna do the little ones, which are right here. And I'm gonna do a double little one on the top and bottom. So let me take your pick tool and pull that off. We're gonna put another one on top of it because it's gonna fall below that piece, which is also lifted, and that way, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. That will go up above, so it's gonna need 2 of them as well. Kind of match them. And then we'll just put some small ones in these corners here and down here on her skirt. All right, they look awesome. Let's go ahead and pull the backs off. Just like that. We'll get all these baby ones. And I will grab a hold of them and put them right into the trash. And then we'll start with the big ones. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the big ones, and all of these are off. Yep. All right. So the last thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and attach her onto the card. And I think she looks awesome. Let's go ahead and tie our bow. I have a little piece here of ribbon, and I'm gonna tie 2 bunny ears, and then I'm going to cross them, put them through, let that little leg go like that, and it looks like I've tied a bow upside down. I'm gonna kind of pull these tight and then yank on that end there. And when I'm happy with my bow, just like that. I think that looks pretty awesome. I like the way this knot looks better on that side, so let's grab our mini glue dots. And I'm gonna grab one right there. It's on the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then I'm going to attach that right here onto that piece. And I will grab my ribbon scissors, and I'm gonna trim those ends. So we'll trim one right here and one right here. looks good. And then the finishing touch are the little sparkly pieces on the tree, and those are the 2021 to 2022 in Color Jewels. I have used a ton of these. Let's see how many I have left on here. I should have enough. I'm going to do 3 of each color, and I have 4 of the pink. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll pull a green one, we'll put a pink one next. And then we'll do a green one, maybe right there, and a pink one, maybe here. I never really quite know where to put them, but we'll see. Maybe there, and we'll put that green one at the top over here. I think that looks pretty good. And you can see there's large and small, and I have loved all of this color. They're pretty much gone. So I have used these so much, and I do love them. And I hope that you like the card. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Thanks for hanging out with me while I work on it. Those are our cards. Again, it's the Delivering Cheer stamp set. I really appreciate you guys watching me. If you don't mind helping me out, I'm kind of new to YouTube, so like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends. You can click the share button, and then you can share it in a text message, or you can actually share it to Facebook or something like that if you wish. I would appreciate that if you do that for me. And I will look forward to hearing your comments, checking out your likes, and thanks for subscribing to my channel. I greatly appreciate it, and thanks for watching me. Check out my blog. The link's in the description below, and when you go there, you can access PDFs, measurements, more fun projects. And like I said, I blog every day, so there's lots of inspiration there for you. Check it out. Thank you again for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!